Let's discuss something extremely important and perhaps, something that everyone here would connect with as well, and that's jewelry. The reason why I say that is because we had strong performance coming in from all the jewelry companies in the first quarter. Good update coming in from both Titan as well as Kalyan Jewellers. Importantly, the first quarter had a bunch of occasions as well. We had the Akshaya Tritiya, we had the wedding season too. But now, second quarter and third quarter onwards, there are some inauspicious periods in the Hindu calendar, as a result of which Morgan Stanley in their recent note downgraded Titan. They said that there is Adhik Maas, which is considered inauspicious for buying jewelry, and as a result of which, all the other days would be postponed and the third quarter would be left with just 12 wedding days. Does that impact the jewelry demand, and how did the first quarter go for the industry as a whole? We have Surendra Mehta, who's the secretary at India Bullion and Jewellers Association, joining in now. Thanks a lot for joining in. First things first, how was the first quarter for the industry? At what rate did they grow? And secondly, have you seen an impact in the past because of Adhik Maas?
Well, first quarter was extremely good. As you rightly said, it was because of the wedding season and also the gold prices, skyrocketing almost in the first quarter. See, what is important in this industry is that since the gold is normally purchased during the celebration times, festival times, wedding times, so definitely it is going to impact the next 3 to 4 months. As you rightly said, because of Adhik Maas, the Navratri will start somewhere on 15th of October. The Ganesh Chaturthi will start on 31st of August. So this is this year, this is a longer inauspicious period, and that is why we have started seeing the impact of slowdown in the jewelry demand, but not to the extent not to the extent we had expected. This was basically because the gold prices initially skyrocketing to almost 62,000 plus GST, and now which has come down to almost 58,000, 59,000 plus GST. So people are taking advantage, the consumers are taking advantage of the reduction in the gold prices. But yes, the festival time and celebration time buying is going to impact, but it will not have a very big impact, but a marginal.
Okay. Mr. Mehta, based on the fact that we are seeing very strong demand trends, and that we might have an inauspicious amount of time or larger extended period of time in Q3. However, do you expect this pent-up demand and the strong growth drivers for gold buying to probably make up for it in Q4?
Well, definitely, but as I said, it all depends on the price. With the some of the news coming in the market, that is, first is BRICS trying to make gold as the currency. The second news is, money laundering being strongly implemented for the Indian consumers for when they buy the jewelry, and the jewelers have to become the nodal officer. They have to make reporting. The associations have to become nodal officers, and they have to make reporting. So most of the consumer, what I expect, would be away from the market, those who have been buying jewelry in cash, because jewelers will have to do the 100% KYC of the customer when they are onboard the customer. So this is going to impact even in Q4. Very difficult to say as of now, but I think the demand will slow down in Q4, and it will not set off the lower demand of Q3.
Okay. Mr. Mehta, good afternoon and thanks for being with us. I mean, not asking for personal reasons alone, but I want to know, how is the demand for precious and semi-precious stones and jewelry in general? Do you see that having a dip as well because of Adhik Maas?
Yeah, definitely. See, it will happen. See, why do somebody buy gold or precious stone? We always buy all these things for during festival time or some celebration time. And gold is such a commodity. This is a very costly commodity, and nobody wants to take chances. Yellow metal, yes, there is a passion for yellow metal amongst the women, and there is a passion for precious stone amongst the high net worth individual. But we have normally seen people buying only on the auspicious day and not buying on inauspicious day. the demand becomes very less during inauspicious.
Right. You know, you spoke about two things. One, people is insisting that there would be 100% KYC, so cash jewelry would not be bought. And the second thing you said that wedding numbers, the numbers of wedding dates have been reduced. So how is the unorganized industry fared versus the organized? Is the organized continuously outpacing that? What would the share be right now, according to you? And secondly, does lower number of wedding days actually mean lower wedding sales? Because there would be more weddings on the same day, so the demand, overall demand, intuitively shouldn't be impacted, right?
No, it's not like that. The less number of weddings will really affect our market, and these money laundering things will also affect our market. See, what needs to be understood here is that people do not buy jewelry during inauspicious day. That is very, very important. And if the wedding days are less, it means there is less wedding. It means there is going to be, the demand will be affected. There is no doubt about it. And I see no reason why the next 3 months are not affected. And and thereafter we'll have to see how the PMLA impact will have an effect on the unorganized jewelers. You asked whether the organized jewelers will take over the unorganized jewelers. Definitely yes, they are taking over. Their share of almost 30% in last 5 years, 6 years times have gone up to almost 42%. And we expect that this, with more organized player coming, this share is likely to increase to about 48 to 49% in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. I know, Mr. Mehta, it's very difficult to predict, but like you mentioned, gold prices have rocketed quite sky high this year, over 62,000 odd rupees. Currently, it's softened. But based on the fact that you've been in this business for so long, what are you estimating in terms of gold prices? Do you expect it to be in this range, or do you expect it to probably make a fresh record high by the end of this year?
See, we'll have to understand two things here. One is the geopolitical tension remains continuous since last 2 years, and that is the main reason why the gold prices skyrocketed. Just 2 days back, we heard the news about BRICS countries trying to make a currency which is backed by the gold as a commodity. Of course, it will take about 5 years to 10 years for them to establish that currency. But if that goes through, the gold prices are going to skyrocket. Also, we'll have to see that the central bank's average buying is between $1,800 to $1,850. And at times, what we have seen, that the gold in last so many months have not gone down below $1,866. So 1,866 remains the major point, major point for the downward trend. If it breaks 1,866, then only the gold prices can go down. But let me tell you, with all the news, positive news about Fed rate going down after the Fed rate almost trying to say that they will not increase the interest rate again. So I personally feel that gold prices are set to skyrocket once again, maybe to $2,100 to $2,200 in next 4 to 5 months.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Mehta, for giving us a lowdown on all that's been happening in the jewellery market in India, how demand is shaping up, how it could get hurt because of Adhik Maas, and, it could perhaps peter off a little bit. We'll slip into a quick break. On the other side, we'll put the focus on the auto stocks. Hero MotoCorp under pressure. M&M has been flying high.